Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Doctor Who Big Finish audio drama review. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at yet another Dalek Universe themed release. It is, of course, the Dalek Protocol, as written by Nicholas Briggs, featuring Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor, alongside his companions Leela and K9. This release is available to order now on the Big Finish website. The physical CD is £14 and the download is £12.99, and it has in fact been available to purchase for a number of months. It did come out around the same time as Dalek Universe Volume 1, however I've been busy over the last few months, therefore I'm only just catching up on this release now. To note as well, if you're interested by the Dalek Universe series as a whole and haven't purchased any of it as of yet, you can also purchase this release as a part of a bundle, either the digital download bundle with the other volumes of Dalek Universe, or CD, or vinyl while stocks last. This is kind of a complementary context story. It's not essential for your listening to the other 10th Doctor stories, so do not worry if you've not purchased this release, you can still listen to the 10th Doctor adventures having not listened to these stories. It's kind of just an additional bonus adventure, which is a lot of fun, of course very era specific of 70s Doctor Who, and it is of course nice to have another additional Fourth Doctor story, which again, if you're wanting to have a glimpse into the classic era, perhaps having only listened to new series Doctor Who on Big Finish, this is a rather nice jumping on traditional Doctor Who story that doesn't really stretch the boundaries of classic series Doctor Who. The Dalek Protocol by Nicholas Briggs is an unusual extension piece to the 10th Doctor Dalek Universe series, an admittedly non-essential extension piece, but there for those who wish to enjoy a little bit of 4th Doctor versus Dalek storytelling in their lives. I always thought it unusual that we did not get a double LP vinyl release of this story, given that the rest of Dalek Universe is available within the record format. The main link to the Dalek Universe series within this release is the inclusion of Mark 7 and Anya Kingdom, played by Joe Sims and Jane Slavin, both members of the Space Security Service. Mark 7 is on his own security mission, and Anya Kingdom is on an undercover mission, which I won't mention the details of for the sake of spoilers. Both Mark 7 and Anya Kingdom do of course later become companions of the 10th Doctor in the main Dalek Universe series, and therefore it's nice to see both of these characters in a slightly different era alongside Tom Baker as the 4th Doctor. It means that this story overall is ever so slightly different in style. Naturally, of course, we can't have any interaction between the 4th Doctor and Anya due to the events of the 8th series of 4th Doctor adventures. However, Jane Slavin still has an excellent contribution to the story, in particular within the later half. The episode is a good contextual piece for Mark 7, digging into how his technological mind works and how he differs from humans as a result, exploring both his strengths and weaknesses. This is something that we see a little bit more of within Dalek Universe Volume 2 Episode 1, Cycle of Destruction, and is something that is kind of absent from the first volume of Dalek Universe stories, mainly focusing on Anya Kingdom. Therefore it's quite nice to have a story the likes of this at the very beginning of Dalek Universe, kind of giving Mark 7 a little bit more development earlier on within the series. Probably one of the most enjoyable elements of this story is the interaction within the TARDIS team. Tom Baker, Louise Jameson and John Leeson have a superb dynamic. This TARDIS team simply hasn't aged. They capture the style of the later Graham Williams era of Leela's adventures, with lots of fun, jokes and insights into what they get up to when not adventuring, such as playing chess and swimming in the TARDIS pool. There is kind of a sense of reality to this TARDIS team, and that they don't just go off on adventures constantly. There is a little bit of domestic time in the middle of this and in between adventures where these characters go off and do their own things, be it repairing the TARDIS, playing chess with K9, or Leela simply inquiring about the universe now that she's left the tribe of the Sever team. As for the plot itself, a plague has been unleashed on the universe that threatens the lives of many. A particular metal acts as protection, and this metal can be found on the planet Exilon, which did of course previously appear within the 3rd Doctor story, Death to the Daleks. We briefly unite with the character of Bilal, who of course was also previously seen within the 3rd Doctor serial. However, from the midpoint onwards, the story kind of takes the form of a spaceship under siege adventure, having left the planet of Exilon, and personally, I would have liked to see more of Bilal and the Exilon fears of technology being the focus of the story, as opposed to it only being within parts 1 and 2. As for the Daleks of the story, they don't really appear in the episode too much. This is kind of a Dalek serial where the Daleks are in the shadows. They're kind of changing the events as we go along within the serial, but for the most part are kind of separate from the Fourth Doctor and the TARDIS team. This release is a classic 4-part serial, and as a result does feel very classic in its themes. Interestingly, Anya and Mark 7 also feel very classic in the way that they have been written, especially in comparison to the 10th Doctor adventures. This story does have a few more personal aspects towards their characters in the later half of the story, and in comparison to the 10th Doctor Dalek Universe stories, it's a much slower story, so may not be for those of you that are only just starting out on your Big Finish journey, liking faster paced Doctor Who stories. Dalek Protocol is an entertaining listen, albeit not essential, hence why I'm returning to this release having reviewed already both volumes 1 and 2 of Dalek Universe so far. This episode offers a sci-fi Dalek mission narrative with lots of links to previous classic serials. If you like this era in particular, then you'll probably get along with this story and have quite a lot of joy from it, although it doesn't stray too far beyond the traditional themes of a usual Dalek episode. I do like how this story highlights the Daleks simply being unfair and horrible creatures, when a solution that they wish to have could be achieved much more easily, simply having negotiated. And I like the contextual links for Anya, which connect well into Dalek Universe Volume 1, acting as a good reminder of her past. It's a fun extension story, but don't get worried if you aren't able to afford this one as well as the rest of Dalek Universe. See this release as an additional bonus chapter, and not a be-all and end-all release that must be listened to. And of course, if you want more Fourth Doctor in your life to accompany the Tennant adventures, then this release is most certainly for you. So thank you very much for watching this review of the Dalek Universe, the Dalek Protocol, as written by Nicholas Briggs. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you're interested by Dalek Universe as a whole, I have already reviewed both Volumes 1 and Volumes 2, and of course the review of the third and final volume will be on the way later this year, when it is of course released. So thank you very much for watching this review. Have a nice day, and I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.